All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Real Talk Russ Podcast. We're joined back again with James. He just couldn't have enough of us.
I'm surprised I was invited back. But
yeah. So we're back again. Obviously, I'm your host, Russ Martini, joined by best friend, co-host Ty. He's with us, and we have James again.
How come you have a last name but Ty doesn't?
Ty is just Ty. He is just
there's a whole yeah.
There's a whole
thing. I just realized. I mean, you have an awesome last name, being Martini. Zach knows all about that, but
Ty is
Zach's
Ty is
Martini
Ty.
guy. Okay.
No. I'm the Martini. He knows when I buy stuff from his show. I've had martinis.
Yes, he has, and we have a story for that one. Trust me, Zach and I were dying the other day.
Those are the best shows.
Fucking insane, man. But so with that being said, you guys are hearing Zach, and you guys are seeing Zach. Zach, we're gonna introduce him right now. The owner, creator of Goblin Collectibles.
Hey.
Zach, man, he is on in the flesh. He is joining us via video call, but he is here with us, guys. Obviously, we couldn't be there with him, so he's with us in spirit and in video. So, Zach, welcome on, brother. Good to have you on. Good to talk to you again. It's Crust, man. I'm here, dude. I'm here.
You're here, Crust. I appreciate the invite.
What's up, Crust?
What's up, Crust?
So I'm telling you. So we kind of covered that with James on the last one, where we're talking about how you were calling me Crust for the longest time, and he was just like, "Hold on a second. Oh, it's Russ," and then you're just like, "Fuck it, dude. You're Crust from now on, dude."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for this episode, it's gonna be Real Talk Crust, dude. That's what it is.
Real Talk
Change the banner.
Yeah, we'll change the banner, dude. We'll just put a K on there and call it a day.
Yeah, works perfect.
Fuck it, dude. But yeah. So with this, we just kind of want to talk to you, dude. Talk about Goblin, what you guys have been doing over there. Obviously, amazing stuff. We could see a lot of familiar artwork in the back behind you.
Yeah, we can.
You're obviously a black hat guy, dude. That's why I think you and I hit it off, dude. Right here in this camera screen, we'll have a different version that I could throw up there for YouTube because they might not like the nudity on there, but yeah, we'll censor that out. But we have one of your books, dude. One of the the awesome black cats that we're proud to show off. And then next to James and Ty, we have some Mad Goblin stuff. So stuff that obviously you and James have worked on together, which are pretty badass. Love that Scream, of course. Who doesn't love Scream, right? And so we just want to kind of talk about your guys' adventure together as friends, as partners in business.
I've never seen this person a day in my life.
And he's a random guy. And so kind of walk us through what's Goblin, dude. What are you guys about?
So Goblin originally was started. I've went through many different business opportunities under the name Goblin. I originally started as doing like airsoft wholesaling because I was super into that for a little bit. So I was doing a lot of stuff with that. And then I moved into sports cards. I did sports cards for a couple years. And I did a lot of like case breaking stuff like that with football, basketball. And eventually it kind of just went off and I wasn't feeling it anymore. And then I ran into Kincaid on Whatnot and I saw the opportunities there, that is within our industry. And I kind of just took a nosedive into it, and it essentially just worked out for me, Took a lot of gambles to get where I am today, but it definitely just was, it was not the original intent. It just kind of was, I don't know, God's plan on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's honestly what this podcast is about, man. It's that real talk, that real opportunity you had, and I think a part of like making our own success is exactly what you said. You kind of got to gamble it sometimes, man. You got to just roll with it, see what happens, and in your case, it paid off, and it paid off well. And it's phenomenal, dude. We love obviously the stuff you're doing, you're producing. It's great, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, we're glad to call you a friend on the podcast, dude. Glad to have you on and just kind of share that journey with you as well, and hopefully we could shed some light to those who haven't, come across you guys. Hopefully they will. And I see we're matching, dude. Look at that. We're matching. Yeah, there you go.
What, you guys call each other before the show?
Yeah.
What's going on? we didn't get the memo.
I didn't get the memo.
Nah, you guys aren't part of that cool crust club.
Okay.
We'll call it the Krusty Club.
Yeah,
the
that's right.
Krusty Crust Club.
We're on our own club.
Haters club over there.
Hey, no crust allowed.
Right.
Irish.
But yeah, and I think, like I said, honestly, that's pretty cool, man. Like what you guys are doing and what you kind of evolved from and into is awesome, dude. Because that kind of journey, I think we all can share a little bit of, I guess you could say, relation to. With sometimes we start something and it doesn't turn out to be what we think it's going to be, and it evolves into what it is now. And it's just that pivotal moment, right, where you literally have to pivot with what's happening. And that's life, dude, and that's awesome that it's worked out. And like James and I were talking just earlier today, creating those opportunities, man, is phenomenal. So I kind of wanted to dive in a little bit too. Actually, real quick, this is not Whatnot, dude. So even though we did meet on Whatnot, here you can plug in whatever, dude. So what is your website for everyone listening?
Website is www.goblincollectibles.com.
Collectibles.
He talks like an old person. He added the www.
www.
You ain't supposed to be doing that no more. It's like it's already automatic.
At least I didn't put like HTTP.
Yeah.
//
Like I didn't do all that.
But all of us are old enough to be around for the inception of the
That's
internet.
true.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true.
I remember
Yeah.
the slow downloads of the images you wanted to see.
Oh, dude.
Man, that was killer.
Hey, Zach, you gave us the right
I'm the
website. You gave us the
I'm
right
the youngest person in
website.
this podcast right now.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you know? That was good.
He's like, motherfucker, I'm looking at you.
Look in the mirror, bitch.
He's like, motherfucker, you at least 30.
You at least 30.
That's not the word that you use. Okay.
But in all honesty, like I said, that's cool. So guys, give them a check out. Obviously they have some really, really awesome stuff. You have quality stuff too, and that's one thing that I love about you and James that you guys are always doing is you don't shortcut shit, man. You really don't. You guys are focused on quality. I've actually witnessed this. I'm not just doing some air stroking here. I legit have witnessed. No, I'm being serious. Like I've witnessed.
It was the hand movement.
The hand jerk of the air
Really good at
stroke.
that.
Case we.
I mean, I could do it this way, but either way, however we're gonna air stroke.
It's been a rough month.
But no, I've
Hey, you know what? It's economy's hard these days.
It's tough, man. It's tough. We get it where we can get.
I do got a question if I can, jump in, Zach. So you were talking about you were into sports, like the sports, like memorabilia, all that kind of stuff. So how do you make that switch from sports to comics, and then how did that change your passion on it? Because I'm familiar with the sports like trading like genre, right? And that's a whole different ballgame. So how do you get from that to making that? That's my the Black Cat, if anyone couldn't see.
So when I was doing the sports cards, it was in 2020. So I was 19 when I was doing it.
Okay.
So it's just what I enjoyed at that time. This is what we do is very niche. It's a very specific. Not only are you in the general, branch of comic book collecting, but you're going into a very small, rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I started with the sports cards. I did that for a couple years. When you are doing this stuff every night, you kind of get burnt out on it.
Yeah.
It was something that I enjoyed as like a hobby, and it just kind of burned out. Business was kind of going downwards. Once you don't have quarterbacks in a rookie class, suddenly nobody wants that year.
Yeah.
They don't buy as much. We came off of, the Burrow Herbert 2 a year.
Yep.
And then bounced off onto the Lawrence.
Wilson. Yeah.
Zach Jones. All those guys. So, and then we went, to pretty much plateau.
Yeah.
So things were down for me. You gotta adapt and you gotta make stuff work. I don't remember how I got there. I mentioned I stopped into my good buddy Cage stream. But I saw how much this stuff was essentially going for. I mean, it was going for absurd amounts. And I essentially just hit him up, was like, hey, could I move some product for you? He took a chance on me, and it was a slow build, and it was a grind. I mean, as any business is, I was on every night, multiple revenues. I was, auctioning stuff off of these Kincaid books just to get myself rolling and give myself an upstart. I don't even think I wasn't able to get my first exclusive for months until after, in this industry. And then obviously you guys know, some of what my claim to fame is, but yeah, no, it was definitely just a jump. It was an adapt, it wasn't like a clear segue of one thing into another, because they don't. It really was just like, I'm a businessman. Here's a business opportunity. I'm gonna go for it.
Right on. Yeah, I can understand that. So obviously you're big. I would assume you're big into sports growing up, or still are.
Not as much anymore. Not even really growing up. Like when I was doing it, I was, because my dad was big into it. So my dad was big into it. He was like, hey, I have this idea. Let's run with it. And obviously we're all stuck inside during COVID. I have nothing better to do. Yeah. So when I was doing it, I found a passion for it. But it isn't something that I went into it with the passion as much as like the airsoft stuff. So it kind of grew on me as time went on, but it definitely wasn't like this is the thing that I love, It was more of like a business opportunity for myself, and it gave me something to do during COVID.
Yeah. And I think the big part too that I took away from that was just your ability to network, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people think they could do it on their own. Like, hey, I'm going to build my own success, and some do, right? But that idea of, hey, I'm going to network with someone, I'm going to reach out and say, hey, like, take a chance on me, or let's build a partnership. That, especially at a younger age, man, take my hat off to you, dude. Because people put their pride a lot of times too far ahead of their own well-being.
If I repeat what I was doing at 22, you would get taken down from YouTube.
Oh yeah, you would have podcast.
Yeah, you couldn't feature my 22 years on that podcast.
And that's true. Like, and that's why I say, man, like I take my. I think all of us, dude, as grown men, we're taking our hats off to you, man, because you did something that we all kind of wish we could have, right? And like we have no doubt. Like obviously you're successful. You're gonna continue to be successful. There's no doubts there, man. And I completely wish that for you. And I know it will happen. I'll continue to be around, dude. So I know we'll be talking, dude. We're gonna. We'll be buddies, dude. I know it. But like I said, I look forward to seeing that journey and what that success brings for you, man. Because
I appreciate that.
It's coming, man. It's definitely coming. It's already there for you, but it's gonna grow even more. But yeah, like I said, the big takeaway was like networking, right? Reaching out there and talking to Kincaid and saying, hey, man, like what can we do? Like how can I make this work? And that opened so many more doors for you, And it did, because if you think about it, look, James is sitting here now. He's doing what you guys are even partners in some aspects on certain projects and stuff. And like that is all because of something that you did essentially, right? Because I'm sure James still would have gotten to where he's at, but it wouldn't be that connection, right?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be here on the podcast with us today if any of that didn't, happen. So right. It's crazy. It's a cascade of cause and effect, but it should be recognized and definitely celebrated, man. So congrats to you just on that alone. I want to tell you congrats, dude, because that's awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. To add on to that kind of snowball effect, that's 100% what this industry is. I mean, it's all about who you know and who they can introduce you to. I remember being at, I think it was the first time I'd ever went to Planet City. Kincaid introduced me to Murat, and now snowball. Now me and Murat have a book together. I was introduced to eBass from Murat. So it's like it's tick by tick of you get introduced kind of just by who you know. Networking is a very huge thing in this industry. It's ginormous. It's insane the amount of people that you get to meet just because you know somebody. So, and it's definitely a necessity for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I think.
Segue to that, like how did this connection happen?
Yeah, Zach, walk us through that, man, because we kind of heard it from James.
I want to see if his story is the same as mine.
We're gonna fact check.
Yeah, we already heard it, so we're trying to see if it's accurate.
I showed up one night and I bought a lot of shit. That's pretty much.
James was a consumer for a little while, and one day he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, I see you don't have a website," because at the time I didn't. I was just doing Whatnot, and I don't know, maybe I was just doing, I think I was doing like claim posts on Facebook, and hits me up and he's like, "Hey, I want to build a website." And I'm very hesitant. I've been screwed over in this business, so I didn't know, how I wanted to handle it, and he kind of gave me a sweet deal, and I was like, this is something that might work for me better than what I have now, and so I was like, sure, let's do it. I think he ended up finishing the website, and then he came to me. He was like, and gave the little bit of guidance that was requested, and he went running. He ran for it, just went off and did his own thing and built something that's incredible. I love the idea behind why he was doing it. I think for a lot of us, we do this to be able to, not only do we love it, but we do it to survive. It's our paycheck at the end of the day. But for James, it was, I want to do this because it's something that I love and I have a passion for it, which you just don't see in many industries, not just in the comic industry, but many industries overall. And that was something I was totally on board for. He had a different perspective of it. He shared me a lot of his ideas, and I think he's done beautiful things that, hasn't been involved in this industry to this date. You see you've seen cosplay books before, but you don't see cosplay books that are curated to that specific, shoot or formatted this way. The stuff that he does is stuff that hasn't been done before. It has been done before, but just not in this way. And I think that's a beautiful thing. You bring something new to an industry that it didn't once have, and that's how you grow industries.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there's, it brought a tear to my eye. But,
that's not the story we heard, but we'll go with it.
It's a little different than what I heard, but that's fine.
I feel like that. What are you talking about? He said the same thing.
Talk about me more.
No, don't, please. Don't.
No, that's awesome, dude. That really is that's key. But I think like it's funny because you guys literally share a lot of similarities in that aspect.
Yeah.
And like the passion, right? The drive for quality, the drive of, like I said, I witnessed this, man. Like on a live 100% on one of his streams. Witnessed like, and I could see like the effect that a negative situation had on Zach, and he was just like, no, man, because it was about the quality. It was about what he's producing and his almost like customer satisfaction of just like the integrity of his brand. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It was the integrity of your brand, man. And that honestly, not that I wasn't bought in before, but I can tell you, witnessing that, dude, if I wasn't already bought in, I can tell you that was like the nail in the coffin.
He bid again.
Yeah, I bid again, dude. Because seeing that's the type of passion that anyone who knows me, man, knows I have that same exact passion, right? Like, dude, I will literally die for my beliefs and my values, right? Like 100% to my last breath. And seeing that it affected you the way it did, I'm not gonna put out what it was. It doesn't matter. But that something negative affected you the way it did because of your belief on your brand. Dude, that's it, man.
I'm gonna tell everyone what it was.
You know what I'm saying? But like.
Yeah.
And I was bought in, man. Brother, I'm telling you, I was bought in. I'm like, hell yeah, man. Like that's my peeps. That's my type of dude. That's the kind of people I like. That's the kind of shit I like to see. Because like I said, it's important, man. You're right. There's in today's world where you could be dime a dozen on anything you do, right? You're not the only guy who's gonna produce a comic book. James ain't the only guy who's gonna do the kind of books he's doing, but he is the only guy who's going to do it with that quality. You are the only guy who's going to do it with the care and in that passion that you guys have.
And it
right?
bleeds through.
Yeah, it bleeds through 100%, and that's what makes it different. That's 100% what makes it different. And that's why we're all sitting here right now, right? Because we all share in that same outlook. And that's honestly why we're not like just having, you know, random ass people just on here because in one way or another we have a similar outlook or a similar belief. We want to showcase that and we want to celebrate that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
It's all about your guys' flowers right here. You know,
yeah.
Like you guys put in that work, man.
Integrity is definitely something that I pride myself on in my business.
Shows.
Nothing in this industry that you can pull a fast one on over somebody is worth the risk of making yourself look bad. And that's just the outlook I see. You know, I think we see a lot of guys that jump in and they do this for a super quick buck. They just want to make money super fast and they want in and out.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the long haul. This is something I love. You know, when I got into it, you know, it definitely was just, this is, you know, a business. But as you can see, you know, this is something that I've grown to love. I definitely have a passion for it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that I'm very prideful of. You know, I always like to be transparent in my business. I don't want anybody to think they got somehow shafted in one way or another. So I always try my best to make sure that I'm completely as thorough as I can be when it comes to something like that.
And I could tell you, Zach, that's the reason why you, James, you guys are going to outlive a lot of the others that won't survive. It's just a fact, man.
I need them around so I look better.
Well, I mean,
that's actually a real.
If you think about it,
it's definitely it's a symbiotic, right? It's a symbiotic relationship, and you do need the bad ones around, but there will
I don't think you need them. I think they will always be around. They're always just going to be a part of any industry.
Yeah, but that's kind of what's going to always separate you guys from the rest, and that's why you outlive them because the bad ones are going to come and go. You know, you heard Zach already. Like, how many people have come in for a quick buck, right? They're like, I'm just going to go in there real quick, try and do this, make this happen, and then they're gone. But the thing is, if you're passionate about whatever it is, and you have that undying fire, dude, you're going to outlive everyone else who's just in it for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
And that's what I think is kind of separating you guys from you know, the rest. It really is. Hey guys, this episode of Real Talk Russ is brought to you by Mad Rabbit Tattoo Aftercare. This product here is fantastic. We all use it for our tattoos. As you can see, we're sleeved out, and it's been used on my arms, all across my body, and it works fantastic. So for 20% off, guys, go to realtalkruss.com. Use our code RealTalkRuss. You'll get 20% off your entire order or any product you buy. You can find that link also in our link tree or our website. Please go to it. Both Tyler and I use it. We love it.
I wish I would have found it much sooner. I've had tattoos my whole life, and some of them have not turned out the best. But you know, with the recent tattoos I've had, I love what I'm getting from them. So you guys definitely check it out.
You guys probably recognize them from Shark Tank. I can tell you they're phenomenal. So go check them out. Use code RealTalkRuss for 20% off your entire order. On that note, I want to talk about Mad Goblin because you know, obviously we have James here. And he drove hours just to be here.
Oh, man. It's horrendous.
He drove hours just to be here. So, real quick, James, walk us through, from your perspective, who kind of initiated the Mad Goblin? What was the idea behind that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it was just kind of a joint thing that, you know, it started off with the galleries, I believe. It was, you know, because of... You know, I focused more, because it was never a business for me starting out as my source of income. So I was able to take gambles on things early on.
Yeah.
And so some of it was, when you can share the expense of creating something with someone else, it can kind of help alleviate the possibility of failing.
Yeah.
You know, losing money on it. So our first one was, it really actually, Zach's the reason... And I'm going to share this. Zach's the reason I even got Spider going.
Okay.
And the reason was Zach wasn't quite sure how it would be received.
Yeah.
So he gave me an opportunity to be the one who put it out there, and we know how that one turned out. But then it was like our first one was Alice Roush, I think, was Morgan, right? Was number one. And it was just you know, he supported me. It was really him throwing me a bone.
Okay.
In the Mad Goblin gallery, so that's the art side of it. And it went into like Aruka, so the Mad Goblin Gallery 2 was Aruka's Black Canary, which was Aruka's first published cover, I had just found the artist and brought it to Zach and said, what do you think about this? And so since then, Aruka's gone on to work for other companies, even on Ryan Kincaid's Kickstarter, a recent one. And then from there, it went into Mad Goblin, the cosplay thing. So that one was an idea I had, and I pitched it to him. He wasn't quite sure to begin with, as far as how it'd be received, and then it took a couple. I think it was by the third book or something. We had the Mad Goblin cosplay one, which I don't even remember what that was. We've done 20. We just released number 28 of the cosplay stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was a Lyra or was it? No, it was Daria, the Star Wars.
It was the Slave Leia.
Slave Leia. So there was Slave Leia, and then we had Pikachu after that. I think was the second one, by Daria. And it was just this, because sharing the investment in it is nice to be able to share it with someone.
Yeah.
And then we both have very similar tastes in a lot of ways, and also different enough where it keeps things interesting enough.
Yeah.
So
Agreed,
the cosplay thing is a joint thing, but then it's also not a joint thing because I do my own thing kind of on the side, but it is a way for both of us to kind of put more out there for people to hopefully enjoy.
Dude, it's the perfect binder, right? Where you have Goblin style, you have Mad Love style, and then it's that perfect medium. And it really is cool because you can see the friendship kind of connect. You can see the styles connect. Ideas they don't clash, they mix.
Yeah.
And it's really neat, man. It's I don't know, it's like mixing your two favorite flavor, like strawberry lemonade. Hey, this is a great, it's you're not always going to be in the mood for strawberry lemonade, but damn it, when you have one, you're like, hey, this is fucking good, man. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, it's good shit, Arnold Palmer, who doesn't fucking love Arnold Palmer? You know what I'm saying? It's exactly my point. And that's kind of how I see it. I think it's a really, really interesting take on how you guys do it. And
I think for me, a lot of it is a testament to, and Zach has the same opinion, we can play together. It's we're not in competition in everything that we do. Zach and I, we split the print run. Some of them sell more for him than they do for me, or and it's not like my success isn't dependent on his downfall or his lack of success.
Yeah.
If we can both be successful by doing something together, and I wish there was more of that, more prevalent in the industry. Among the retail space, it's more yes, everyone is trying to make their bills and whatnot, and so they get very protective. There's the whole topic of artist exclusive contracts. I have my opinions on that. And I think a lot of that happens because a company will get scared that artist will, get snatched up by someone else.
I don't think it's an opinion. I think it's a fact.
That's
a fact. Anytime you have to limit someone from going and partnering with somebody else, that's because you're
scared.
You're little dick and you're scared.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking say it because it's my fucking podcast. That's a
little dick
true.
ass bitch.
I
it's
think
little dick energy, man.
For
you're
me,
scared.
because I've never done an exclusive thing.
Yeah.
Because again, that's my company is very different, or my goal is very different. I want people to, how can I say I want them to go work for other people and then sign them to exclusive contracts?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like I don't need to because I will treat them with such respect that they won't want to go and be signed exclusive with someone else. If they're like, well, you can't work with James anymore. Well, that kind of sucks. And if they want to do that, then fine. But I know that when that contract's up, they probably will reach out.
So Tyler has a saying that he says, and it makes me laugh, but he's like, I want you to want to do the dishes, right?
From a movie.
That sounds like what chick flick are you watching? I want you to buy me flowers. I don't want to tell you to buy me flowers.
That's kind of the thing. You want the people you collaborate with to want to be here, right? If I had to hold you guys at gunpoint and hey guys, come on the podcast, it would be fucking weird. The quality of this thing is gonna be freaking awkward, right? But
unless it's about guns.
Unless it's about guns, then it would. Yeah, I don't know.
Even then, it's a little dicey.
Yeah. Right. But I'm saying the fact that you guys are you guys wanted to be here. We're having a good time. We're laughing. James is driving 6 hours just to be here. That says a lot about what we're doing, right? And that says a lot about the partnerships we have going on. And it also talks about what you're talking about with an artist. If an artist has to be pretty much contracted to only work with you, what does that say about your? I guess honestly, your integrity, your your security, you know, like who you are as a person. I think that it'll speak for itself.
Well, I think it's selfish on a company's part for many reasons. You know, as far as like, you know, their sales, which I get. People have to make their sales, but at the same time, it limits the growth of an artist in many ways if they're stuck with one person's opinion on what they should be doing, and they're being art directed by one company. They tend to just do the same stuff over and over and over.
Tunnel vision.
And then if that company no longer wants to use them, they can't go work for anyone else. Or if they're finally released from their contract or their contract's up, they essentially, depending on how they handled it, and the examples I know, they would have to start all over in developing relationships with other people. And along the way, they burned a lot of bridges.
Yeah.
So it actually is more detrimental to the artist, I think, in ways that aren't really quantifiable. Yeah, they get a regular paycheck, which you can't disregard the idea of a regular paycheck when it comes to being an artist. So there's no, you know, that's every artist I would love for every artist to have that.
Yeah.
So if you say yes to that, that's understandable. But in the end, it's like, how much is it going to hurt you? And I think that's on the role of the publisher or retailer to respect that viewpoint with an artist in supporting them, not just for what cover you're doing next month, but where are they going to be at in 5 years?
I think it also waters down the exclusivity of something. So, like, if an artist works with you maybe once or twice and you guys do an exclusive book, you know, that makes it special, makes it unique. But if they're only contracted to you,
it's only exclusive
through you. It's just like, okay, well then that's not exclusive anymore. That's just what you do.
That's a brand.
It's a brand. That's not exclusive. Exclusive is I'm gonna This is an exclusive podcast right now because we're not doing this every day with Zach and with James. Like, this is what makes it unique. But if every day Zach and James were on,
unfortunately, we'd be out of business.
Right?
Damn. Like, you gotta put it like that. I'll bring in the dollars.
Because me. Because of me.
Because of you? You don't have a last name.
It's your guys' fault.
It would water down what we have going on here, I think. And that's kind of the scary part when you look at that is like, man, so to that point, like, it's a little bit insecure to kind of go that route. And I think, like I said, it almost...
It is, but there's also something to be said where if you're in an industry where people do that regularly, you sometimes have to be driven to protect yourself. Especially if you've been on the receiving end of being dicked over.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get a little more careful as far as how you have relationships with your artists and what you're looking for. And because something like that can happen where you have an artist and they get poached.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden your business has to adjust.
Yeah.
And that adjustment period might not be enjoyable. So you have to, like, look at that. So I think there's responses to that happening that kind of cross that line. And so I don't, you know, so it's very multifaceted.
Yeah.
But people who like to use money in a way to, like, get their way, it's not very respectable.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. I think there's the bottom line, and Zach I think you and Zach kind of proved this point, is there's enough food to go around, man. You know, we're not starving. There's enough food to go around. If no one took a chance on either one of you guys and said, yeah, we'll give you a shot with whatever it was, and they kind of hogged what they had, you guys wouldn't be here, and the world would be less without these books. You know what I'm saying? And that's an honest...
It would stifle the creativity.
It really would. We're not in a starving industry. I think that creativity should be celebrated. I think all the art should be celebrated, and your guys' creativity definitely should be celebrated because it's unique. You know, we wouldn't be here right now if you guys hadn't have done what you did. And we're given those opportunities and capitalize on them. I think that's the amazing part about all of that. And there's enough to go around, man.
Yeah.
There's enough to go around. I hope that no one tries to, you know, shut what we have going on down, you know, and no one tries to shut me up one day and tries to say, nah, we don't want you around.
You haven't succeeded until you got haters trying to sue you.
You know, yeah, you're right.
We'll do it.
You gotta get at least sued once.
I hope we get shut down.
Right?
We'll still fucking do it.
Oh, no, we'll still, we're going to still go, man. But, you know, that's kind of like the difference why I said, like, we'll be unique in our own ways because you guys are unique in your own way. And that's why we're all...
Which is what this is about.
Yeah.
We're here to give you two, you guys, your flowers, man. Like, it's just keep doing what you guys are doing. Like, your guys' collaborations alone are great. Like, individually, you guys are great. We're just, you know, happy to have you guys on. Like, just your guys' mind and the way you guys think, the way you guys see business alone, and the way you see the art, too, you know? Like, so just for me personally, and from Russ as well, like just thanks, man. Like you guys keep doing what you guys are doing. So
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, 100%. And then, real quick, Zach, your handle on Whatnot, you want to throw it out there?
Goblin Collectibles.
How do we always never remember our
I
was like, I think it's Mad Love Comics.
And then, Zach, are you guys on Instagram too?
Goblin Collectibles.
Okay, perfect, awesome. So
Super
like
easy to find.
Yeah, like
I've made navigating to me very, very easy. You know?
And then we'll have so depending on how you guys are listening or watching, we're gonna have your guys' links on the website as well.
Yep.
So you guys know when you go to realtalkruss.com, you'll just pull up the video, and then on that tab we have essentially a bio for James, for Zach, websites, links to all their stuff. So we'll have it all in there to plug you guys in, give you guys all that credit and stuff. And that's credit to our website manager who's doing all that for us. But like I said, we'll have you guys in there. I want people to be able to find you guys, and hopefully this brings you some sites and some hits from across the world. Because like we're picking up in places I didn't think ever we would. But hey, whatever, man, it's cool. We'll take it wherever we get it.
yeah.
Zach, what do you think is like the next big step for you, man? Like what without like getting too exposing too much. What's like the next big step for you?
Well, I have two pretty large projects. One I can talk about a little bit more than the other. Playtime issue 2 is currently being worked on. It's at the Interior Artist, so I'm hoping that will be coming in the next few months. Absolutely insane lineup on that Kickstarter. I mean, just top of the line guys through and through on that one. So I'm super excited for that. And then I've been working on a completely new project that Marissa Pope has been helping me out on, and I'm hoping that will be coming in October. Some really spooky stuff coming, so I'm super excited for that as well.
Hell yeah.
So those are probably my two biggest ones. Trying to do more conventions, of course. I've had a lot of requests to come out to California and do some cons, so I was looking at doing San Francisco. Don't know for sure if I'll do that or not, or by the time this is out, if that will be passed or whatever. But definitely just looking at expanding right now, trying to find new opportunities, and definitely putting a larger impact on this industry.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah,
That's
man.
awesome. I know James and I are going to talk to you about some stuff offline too, so we'll see. We'll definitely see how that goes.
Okay.
But yeah, man, like I said, just phenomenal, dude. And then because we're always asking people, so you're no exclusion on this one, dude. Now James actually kind of started this, that we're asking people now, what are your holy grails? Okay, and what I mean by this are, first one, what is your holy grail that you've obtained? Whether it be a collectible, whether it be an artist you want to work with, whatever that is, a book you want to create. Anything you have not yet obtained, that's a holy grail for you. And then the other one is, what is the holy grail you have obtained that you were like waiting to get and you finally did?
Ooh, that's a question.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend. I would have to separate like artists I want to work with versus like things I've obtained. As far as like a physical versus a like a service aspect.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. God, I don't even know. I think right now, as it sits, if I was like peak, God, I don't even know.
It's tough.
For myself or for my business?
Either or, like I guess for
Personal.
like, yeah, like
Personal.
I would say personal, man, because like for me, holy grail would be eventually one day to release my own book, right? Like that's personal, but also business, right? Like that's like, yeah, when we get there, and then another one that that's more obtainable. I haven't obtained that yet. But I think that's more obtainable.
Yeah.
For personal would be to see me and my family, Ty, my family, just succeed, man. Just be where we want to be, where we don't answer to no one, man. We are living the way we've always dreamed about living, right? That's the ultimate holy grail. So like I guess like things like that, like, or it could be like, hey, I've always wanted to own a Spider-Man 1. I don't fucking know, like whatever it is, man. ASM 1, if that's your I don't know, like that's it. Whatever is easier. Like there's got to be something out there. Whatever you got.
Yeah. So I think for myself, I mean, the physical side of things is great. If I really, really wanted to obtain, a Spider-Man #1, I could go towards that. But I think you nailed it on the head with if my holy grail is I get to retire not retire per se, but I get to do this at an aspect that I don't have to worry about bills and everything like that, and I get to spend as much time with my kids that I don't have to worry about this.
He does not have kids, by the way. So I'm just saying.
I don't have.
He doesn't have kids.
That. I don't have.
We know the rumor mill.
Kids,
all of a sudden, Katie's pregnant.
But I do. By the time I have kids, I want to be able to step away. Not necessarily step away, because I think I'll always have. I don't think I'll ever fully be able to let go of the grasp of this. I just don't think it'll ever happen. But yeah, I don't want to miss my kids growing up because I'm so invested in this like I am right now. 100%. So I think that is definitely like the holy grail that I wish to obtain would be, to be able to have that for my family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's solid, see, man. That what you just gave right now, man, you just experienced the real talk. That's it right there, dude. 100%. Like everyone's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? You just did it. That's exactly why I think these questions are important, and that's really kind of that's pulling out that real talk, and that's why we're here, man, because that in itself is what our lives are about, man. It's an amazing thing to be able to accomplish that, and you will, it'll get there for you. We all will, I firmly believe that we all have that same drive. We will all be there, but to be able to get to that point where we're able to just take a vacation whenever we want, at our own leisure, knowing that bills are going to get paid, your family's going to be taken care of, and then you can resume back and you can continue to do this because it's fun, not because you have to, but because you want to, right? That I think is the key. That is the key. And you guys are already doing this because you want to, but we still have bills to pay. We still, we still got 100%. We still got to get through 100%. It, So
only if you open them.
Hey,
if you don't open them, you don't know.
List, baby.
For myself, I mean, not only do I have in the last 2 years, I opened a brick and mortar as well. So, I mean, it's 5,000 square feet. So there's a little bit more. I have a lot more thrown into this than just, in e-commerce, which, don't get me wrong, some days I wish I was just there,
Yeah.
But, but I mean, it's definitely, it's a very real thing now. This is make or break for me, my family, I don't have a fallback, if everything goes awry. So this is everything to me right now.
Yeah. That's when you fight the hardest.
Back around to that whole integrity of everything, and how that all breaks down, because this is real life, This is make it or break it for me.
And see, I'm glad you said it, because I hope everyone that's listening sees that and has more respect for you guys in that aspect and contributes to the business, dude, because I'm telling you, that's when you fight the hardest. When your back is to the wall and you're like, I got nothing else left but this. So my success, my family's well-being is dependent on my success of this. Dude, that's it, man. Take it from me, man. I'm telling you, there's nothing that'll make you fight harder than that. And dude, that's phenomenal to hear that. Is there anyone you want to kind of credit while you have the stage? You want to give some shout outs or credit to, dude?
God, I have a long list. Obviously, Kincaid for putting me here, for giving me the opportunity to be where I am. Shout out to Murat. That dude helped me get my first book going. Without him, I wouldn't be where I am today. Shout out to James.
Don't do that.
For being such a great friend and for helping me to expand my opportunities. Without him, again, I wouldn't be where I am today. Shout out to Mike and Marissa for being, awesome friends and helping me out through the rough times. It's always easier to get through stuff when it's when somebody's there with you.
Yeah.
So, and shout out to you, Russ, for allowing me to be on this podcast. I appreciate that, buddy.
No, I appreciate you for coming on, man. You guys, like I said, I'm ever thankful, honestly, for the new friendship I have with you, Zach, and with James. It's cool, dude. It's the beginning, man. It's only the beginning of a long road to come, dude. And I know we'll have you guys back on, undoubtedly. It's James the second time. We're gonna continue to do it, man.
I drove out here twice.
Yeah, twice. Well, Comic-Con was one reason. Let's be real. He wasn't out here for me. But yeah.
You're the only thing I scheduled for this weekend.
Hey, there you go. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Other than showing up to the convention, the only thing that was on paper that said this is what I'm doing.
See, that's all that matters.
There's something.
But like I said, for everyone that's paying attention, stay tuned, guys, because they're doing some amazing stuff.
Yep.
These guys are doing some big things. I know you guys have big things to come, which you can't necessarily say just right now. Mm-hmm. But I know there's big stuff, and you guys will not disappoint. You guys never do. So like I said, we're blessed to have you guys. I'm ever thankful. I'll cheers to this, guys, for new friendships. And like I said, for us, Zach, you're getting one of these, bro. So I'm sending it with James. He's gonna bring you one. You're gonna get one of our mugs, dude. So
sweet.
Thank you. Every guest gets one.
Sweet.
But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you, man. Again, thanks for being on. Thanks for
Thanks for taking the time. Man.
Yeah, and showing the support, man. Honestly, like. The love and support you show whenever I jump on the live streams, dude, is much appreciated, dude. I couldn't even tell you, I get a lot of followers just because you talk about me on there, and people are like, oh, who's this crust guy that's always talking, like. So I appreciate it, dude. Like I said, it helps because at the end of the day, we're trying to do the same thing. We're trying to grow a business, dude, and you are doing essentially what was done for you, man. In all honesty, you're creating those opportunities and taking chances on people. You could have just been like, all right, great, you're running a podcast. I don't give a fuck about you, dude. But you didn't. You're not doing that. You're taking the time to talk to us and, like I said, grow that friendship, and it's appreciated, dude, 100%. So,
of course.
Yeah, and then like I said, I look forward to some stuff that we'll work together on the future, dude. It'll be some fun shit. So yeah, good stuff.
For sure.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna call it an episode with that. We're gonna give you some credit, Zach. Like I said, if there's anything else you want to plug in your website, please, one more time for anyone who's listening.
I won't put the www.
You just did.
No. See, I'm spacing it out now, so now it doesn't count. GoblinCollectibles.com.
GoblinCollectibles.com. Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
No www.
And then James, it's MadLoveComics.com.
MadLoveComics.com.
Make sure you
put you add comics.
Put comics in there, please.
MadLove.com is, unless you have a spouse to buy something for.
I mean, you could buy it for
James. You could do it both.
So, and then Zach, real quick. I mean, I gotta ask you this. I'm gonna put it out there, man. So don't be surprised. It's gonna air, dude. When are we gonna get you on a cover, dude? I've been telling you on Whatnot, dude.
Sooner than you think.
I'm telling you, like,
shit.
Zach, if I have to work on this with James, it's gonna happen, bro. I'm just telling you right now, it's gonna happen.
I can see like a Fabio cover.
James has the amount of substance needed,
I just haven't. I keep asking him to twerk again because he's done it on Whatnot, but I didn't get a screenshot of that show because I need a cover B, and in all of our cosplay, cover B is always the booty cover.
Yes.
So I need the cover B image before I can produce it. So I need him to. So anytime you go onto his Whatnot show, anyone who's listening, ask him to twerk, and if I ain't in that show, screenshot it. I
got some leg pics of Zach.
Yeah.
He showed
or
me
I could just
he showed me
Photoshop
some
his
leg
face.
the other day. I was like,
can.
oh man.
I could just Photoshop his face on one of the cosplayers.
There you go. Yeah, I think that would be great. We get to choose which. Do different ones.
What size of assets we want him to be attached to?
That's crazy.
Very.
It'd be the greatest thing, man. I'm telling you. We'll make it a Whatnot exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, no dollar starts. No dollar starts on that. Premium top dollar on those. I'm telling you.
And you can get a sign.
Hold on, real quick, Zach. Before I let you go, I just want to tell this story, dude, because it was funny as hell. So a while back you were doing, it wasn't that long ago, but you were doing a live stream, and it was some of your APs that were going.
Oh.
And so then, we watched one book go up, and it was a pretty sought after book, right? We'll say it was a pretty popular book. And, someone's bidding, and then all of a sudden the book is probably at about, I think it was like 100 and something. Then some crazy character by the name of James jumps on and starts bidding.
Yeah, that's James with the martinis talking.
There you go. So
James
yeah,
and martini. Here
he
we
brought
go.
it up to like a crazy amount. And like the funny thing is, you knew instantly, which I had to laugh. Like you knew right away, dude. You're like, fucking James drinking a martini, man. He had to have been drinking the martinis, dude.
Yeah.
And there was, and sure enough, he was, man. But
You can gauge how many I've had by how much I pay for something.
yeah, and
That one was definitely a 3 martini night.
and so like we were talking about this like the last time I saw James, and he was telling me, he's like I knew fully what I was doing. He's like, I forgot what it was that I bought after. He's like, but I remember.
That has not changed since pre-Matt Love, because he used to buy multiples of the same books and forget what he bought in the same show.
In the same, yeah.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
that.
Well, hold on. To be fair, I had a moment with you like that too, though. I was like, hey, dude, I don't even know if I bought this yet. I need you to look back. And you
That's
saved
fair.
me, dude. You did save me because I would have.
That's fair.
I think
would've done
that was technically the largest whatnot purchase I bought. So after tax and shipping, it was 5 figures. Technically the largest whatnot thing I purchased.
Yeah.
I've purchased things for a lot more, but yeah, that was the biggest whatnot purchase.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It was good. It was worthy. Too bad I don't have I didn't clip that one, dude, because I would totally throw that clip in there right now.
Yeah.
Of just freaking James going crazy on it. I just remember egging him on. I was like, James, fucking James, do it. No, don't do it. And he kept going, man. He kept going. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a James probably has the all holy grail of Goblin holy grails now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he does. I'm telling you. Oh man! All right, well, Zach, give Katie our best, man. We appreciate both you guys.
definitely will.
Thanks for stopping in, man, and enjoying it. We'll have you again on another one, dude. Like I said, it's been fun, dude.
I'm gonna throw that one final shout out. Shout out to my wife. She's the one that's running all the behind the scenes stuff. So without her, Goblin falls apart. Just wanna.
I think someone's trying to earn some brownie points.
Yeah,
What'd you
it
do
is.
last night, Jax? I'm kidding.
No, signs of a good man,
Katie's
guys.
great. Yeah.
Signs of a
Katie's
good man. She is. Katie's awesome, dude. One of the best, honestly. She holds it down, and every time she's doing a live, dude, she, just like you, maintains that really a testament to your brand, dude. She cares. She knows what people are buying. She knows what they're there for. And always shows the love. So, like I said, mad shout out from us as friends and customers, man. I tell you 100% mad shout out to that too. So, tell her, like I said,
appreciate that, buddy.
wish her our best, man. Tell her we said hi. And next time she'll have to join
Will
you
do.
on the podcast too, dude. She'll have to be on.
Oh yeah, she'll jump on for sure.
Yeah, tell her like, hey,
She'll jump on for sure.
Crust is asking for you, and Angelique wants to see you, so she'll jump on, man. She has to be on.
Oh yeah,
So,
100%.
all right, man. Well, Zach, take it easy, brother. We'll see
appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you again, man.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
All right, take it easy, bro.
Bye, Zach.
Later, y'all.
All right, bye. All right, guys. So that was that's gonna wrap up this episode that we have here with Real Talk Russ. James, again, thanks for stopping.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, hanging out with us, man. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun, and it's been real fun.
And it has.
Yeah, but like I said, we'll have
And the fun was real.
the fun. It was real.
It was, yeah.
It was real talk. It was. I didn't make a dad joke. I missed my opportunity. I could have made a dad joke.
You ruined it with that earlier one.
Yeah, I know.
That was a dad joke of the week.
Damn. I
Like
try.
you got a lot of dad joke brownie points for that one.
I try, guys. I try. No, but yeah, again, guys, we're gonna plug all that stuff in, and if you guys have a chance, don't forget to check out Zach at Goblin Collectibles, and then of course James at Mad Love Comics. Yeah, and give them a follow, guys. Buy a book. It's definitely worth it. It helps them out, and see the quality. You're gonna be back for more, guaranteed. Guaranteed, you will. So with that being said, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on Real Talk Russ. We love and appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for keeping it real with us. And from the RTR crew, Have a good one.
Later.
All right.
Right.